the first to know in SMP TV.
Ejebo, eja enya ababedu. Enipa a na ye twan se obetimi ababepie mu omra sebedwafie na afeyie ebetimi atoye eye Speaker of Parliament era Alban Semana Kingsford Bagman na yedi nkan e de ababetum se obabepie mu ewo ho a okohye ni chamber na watimi awoda ne lawyers se won enkonko pie mu ewo Supreme Court na won konko file stay of proceeding ewo Supreme Court about Supreme Court ruling no a ode ebetu edwa no NPP amanyuko no MPs eni chamber ho meneo ekasa ide eye NDC amanyuko no MPs enkwa na etimi afili chamber ho Alban Semana Kingsford Babin so ababetena na dwam as usual asane won ehye won enuoma ase no won ahyase etimi abompaye na meneo kasa ide won etimi recite the national pledge na afei na parliament business and so course na edian na Alban Semana Kingsford Bagman ebetimi aka de afa hwan na majority na hwan na minority yenko na yenko tie
ansa na mbetimi anya quorum omenye di padodo se emrahye bedwafo ebetimi atrase no wo se wo mu echemu a yebum miensa mu baako wo ho 1/3 na wotu nani a 1/3 ndi ankuwanya wanted no pa ya mbetimi dia form sa quorum no afi se wo hwe article 104 no a eno de kasa ane quorum no de monya mo betimi atrase de na mom de yentimi mfa dwene ewa ha ansa na ebetimi afa adwene no na wo semra so bedwafo no yetimi nya emufa nanso wotu nani ne wakankan a wom wo ho no no wo nya emufa 1/3 de wanya na emu 50% ne de wo mu nuru na eno na wo san kɔ article no mu a esan kyerɛ wo sɛ ekoba sa ade a enye na ono obetimi aye ne se woni mpanifo a womrahye bedwam no ntoto adwene na wo mo hwɛ se betimi atwen mahye bedwa no nkonwasie no asan a na ansa na speaker no betimi akase matwe asan no ewo so woni mpanifo a womrahye bedwam no etwetwe nkoma na so odi nkita ho na woni mrahye bedwa no mu mpanifo no adi nkita ho wo mu di nkita ho no de tofa bomu ande se wonu speaker no wo gina na adwene no so ne wa hwe wo yusu bebe wo se public interest ni padodo no amanfo ye mu die mu nti no na wa twe endem brahye bedwa nkonwase no wo twe asan na brofo wo yusu se wo twe asan indefinitely asen sa time na so enti se wo kyena na brahye bedwa fo basan bo wonim so mbaba na wo twe ya be wonim sa afi be ko na wieye na brahye bedwa fo ma ho bio enum time na so enti a hwetre sam yapon obi an kofie
ne wo
trio
ni wura se won to
yento bio.
Yes, honorable member. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, item number 5 on page 9. Mr. Speaker, the statement made by the Honorable Minority, the Honorable Atufosi, Mr. Speaker, was in respect of the fact that 4 members of Parliament whose names have been listed have breached Article 97(1)(g) and (h). It was not a mere allegation, Mr. Speaker. So the appearance of who were alleged to have been in breach, I believe that it does not reflect the true statement made by the member, because it was based on the statement that the Speaker proceeded to make to give information that you gave to the House. The Speaker further, in indicating the names of the honorable members so named, their current situations and circumstances were clearly stated in the motion paper, so that, for instance, the first name Peter Yaopachi Aka, the NDC member for Amenfi Central, and now an independent candidate. Mr. Speaker, so the statement contains these clear facts, and therefore it's important that they reflect in the proceedings as captured for purposes of correction. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, Honorable Member for Medina.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I also want to draw your attention to the same item, the paragraph 5, the ending statement, which is majority caucus in inverted commas. Mr. Speaker, I think the true intention will be reflected there when we say that the minority caucus staged a walkout instead of a majority caucus in inverted commas. So if the correction can be made to reflect what was there. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Member Bonsa Saf. Is that okay? Yes, from the distance I can't see. Honorable Member for, you are all right? Thank you, thank you. Table office, kindly take note of the comments made by the members. Please cross-check from the records and capture what is on the record of the House. Please, page 10. Page 11. Honorable members, in the absence of any further corrections, the votes and proceedings of the third sitting dated Thursday, 17th October 2024 are adopted as the true record of proceedings. Honorable members, I don't have a copy of any of the official reports. So we'll proceed now to item 5, formal communication by the Speaker.
Earlier that the Speaker has arrived. Kweku, what's happening in the chamber?
Well, we expect that the Speaker, Alban Bagbeli, will pretty shortly walk in and gavel the House in session. Ultimately, that is what a lot of people are waiting for now. And as we wait for the Speaker of Parliament to walk into the chamber, his convoy did arrive here about 10 minutes ago when the majority leadership had just left. And in fact, that will mean that pretty soon we expect that he will come in and gavel the House in session. And that will ultimately lead the House to start proceedings. And I just understand from one source within the majority, the NDC caucus leadership, that the reason why the Speaker of Parliament hasn't come in to start proceedings is because he's waiting for his lawyers to complete the filing of some processes he has mandated them to file at the Supreme Court. Between yesterday and now, we have been expecting lawyers for the Speaker of Parliament to file an action in court that is seeking to stay the hand of the Supreme Court. So after the Supreme Court says his declaration, he has also been seeking to stay sane using the same procedure that was used by election official marking application and ex parte application. And so we understand that is new work done as we speak. And as soon as that is done, and the Speaker says that information, he will come in. And then, of course, inform the House as to what the next steps are for Parliament of Ghana, whether or not he's going to order the NDC MPs who announced their numbers, because 100 of them having taken the seat in the majority side of the House, leaving the minority side, their usual sitting place for the last 3.5 years, completely empty. Then he will ask them to go back there, or he will have look over that and allow them to sit in the position they are sitting in there. 2 hours ago, in fact, less than that, Yeshua Alexander Afenyo, the leader of the NDC caucus here in Parliament, who did indicate that the side did not want to stay on the floor because doing so might lead to violent confrontation, and they do not want to give the NDC what they have been looking for which reason he has asked all of them to leave and go back to their offices and wait for the Speaker to come. Following that, Kenneth Japan came in here, about 2 other entities also came, but they have also all since left, which has meant that the Chamber of Parliament is currently inhabited by just NDC who are seated in the majority pews in Parliament, insisting that they are the true majority. You have seen scenes where they've been marching, they've been singing patriotic songs, singing their party anthem, singing some revolutionary songs that have roots in their party. And so the eyes of the nation is currently on the Speaker of Parliament, whose security details about 10 minutes ago went around his chair, of course, to do their usual briefing to ensure that it's safe for him to come. And they are standing about 5 meters away from where I can see from his base and his chair, monitoring that with other security members of his, while the Speaker of Parliament is in there at the leadership lobby. The minority leader, or I should say the leader of the NDC caucus, Dr. Kasla Tuforte, is currently not on the seat. When the Speaker of Parliament walked into his lobby, he was asked to go there because normally they will have what is called the pre-sitting meeting. So a number of the leaders on the NDC side have joined him there. The NPP, we understand, are not there because Alexander Afenyo and his other leaders all went to the Justice 100 Dome, then very far off from the dome where Parliament is sitting. So there's a pre-sitting meeting currently happening with the Speaker of Parliament and the leader of the NDC caucus, without the leaders of the NPP caucus present, because they have left with Justice 100. We do not know if an invitation has been extended to them and whether or not they are coming or they have joined it. That is information we can get confirmation for in the next few minutes or the next few hours. But the detail now is that, in fact, I'm just getting confirmation that Alexander Afenyo has come into that meeting. And so Alexander Afenyo, who is the leader of the NDC caucus in Parliament, is also in there currently with the Speaker of Parliament, with Kasla Tuforte and other members of leadership on both sides of the House to try and get some understanding before he comes in. And usually, whatever happens on the floor of Parliament does not take any person or any MP by surprise, because they have what they call the pre-sitting meeting, where they agree on all these modalities. They agree that this is the position, they're not going to give in to this is what we are going to do, and then they come in and then come and sit, and then reenact all the issues, all the disagreements we've had in this pre-sitting meeting. So I can confirm that Alexander Afenyo has come into this meeting with the Speaker of Parliament as well as the leader of the NDC caucus to try and get an understanding what exactly will happen when the Speaker of Parliament finally walks into the chamber and governs the House in session for Tina.
Before I let you go, Kweku, I saw the former minority leader, Haruna Iddrisu, having a conversation with Kennedy Japan. There has been calls for both sides to negotiate behind closed doors. You've been doing some snooping around. Has there been any such meeting between the NPP caucus and the NDC caucus?
Well, speaking of the former minority leader, Haruna Iddrisu, he seated right in front of me. I can just see him from where I'm standing. And he is in conversation with some members of the staff. What I can tell you is that there is no appetite within the backbenches on both sides for any compromise to take place. And at this point, leadership is what it will take. And that is the leadership on both sides of the aisle without to drop down their entrenched positions and perhaps carry their members along. Because if you look at the backbenches, they want to go all out. And this is on both the NDC and NPP side. All of them, their leaders should be the force. They should acknowledge themselves as the majority in Parliament. They should not give in to any compromise. That will make a little bit of the leadership duties and the job of the leaders pretty difficult. Because when your backbenchers arrive and when your passengers are asking to take a certain course, it puts you in a very difficult position to take another course. And so ultimately, that is why this meeting currently ongoing between the Speaker of Parliament and the leaders of both sides is crucial. Because ultimately, when they come back and they communicate to their members that this is what we have agreed on, their members may disagree, they grant them, but normally they comply when it comes to matters like this. So ultimately, that is so crucial for the Speaker of Parliament and the leaders to be able to have an agreement. That means business of Parliament will at least be able to see. There are so many key businesses that the government side cannot afford to have them delayed. In fact, just this morning, the government has delayed so many bills, including the free education bill and a number of other bills that they are expecting to put before the House. The more Parliament delays, the less time they have to deal with all this. Mind you, Parliament is expected to sit for 4 weeks, and they will adjourn, go for election and come back on the midnight of the 7th of January 2025 to swear in the 9th Parliament. So there is not enough time for the House to do a number of business. And so if these disagreements are not ironed out quickly, the House sits and do business, that would mean a lot of government business will suffer. Mind you, there's also expected to be the vote of appropriation. That is the budget for the first quarter of next year. That must come either next week or next 2 weeks, early November. That must come. And without this disagreement, this uncertainty, it makes it difficult for that process to come. And that will mean first quarter of next year, it could lead to a government shutdown literally. And we have heard testing suggest among the NDC that the Speaker of Parliament should perhaps attend the House any day until the Supreme Court intends those matters that are currently before them. That will mean there will be no budget, the government cannot fund its operation in the first quarter of next year. So there's a lot of things at stake, and that is why that meeting that is currently ongoing in the Speaker's lobby with the Speaker of Parliament and the leaders of both sides is so crucial to try and get some understanding for Zuma.
Thank you, Kweku Asante. Let's come back in the studio, and I'm just come back to